when we stop the thought process of I'm going to go be an influencer on social media and realize you're an effing realtor.
Hey, Tristan.
Welcome back. This month, let's make it super easy. Started doing what we're doing.
Jeff, most people just suck at reading the prompter itself. I think most people aren't wired to do multiple things well. And so when I watch people reading prompters, they lose facial expression, they lose inflection in their voice, they lose intentional pauses because they're so, like, their brain is so fixated on the reading that the natural human tendencies that come out when you and I are just having coffee together, those don't come out.
Yeah.
And that's a problem for me. Screw you. I hate you. You're the worst.
No, you don't. You're lying.
I know.
That wasn't very authentic.
I can't. It's just not in me. I'll never nobody will ever ask me to play a bad guy in a movie.
So let me say this, again, countering that is that I would rather, if I had to choose, and I'm talking about the masses here and just the commoner, not the experienced person like you or I or Tristan. There's this thing with social media, and TikTok's changed the way we market, and it all needs to be very condensed, and the shorter the form, the better. And the reality is, and I tell anybody this because I'm always preaching video, you need to be doing video. And what happens is we're scared to death to push play. Then we press play and we don't shut the F up, and we just start blabbering and blabbering and blabbering. And I just think, monotone or not, I'll take your monotone 30-second video over your 5-minute blabbering rant. That's just my take on that.
Okay, so I think this brings up an interesting conversation. So think about, I think if we're not careful, the people that you and I and Tristan serve are local people. Right now, yes, are there mega teams and are you in a position in your mortgage company where you're serving a bigger community than St. Louis, right? But by and large, 90-something% of the people we serve work inside of the community they live their lives, right? And so my argument to what you just said would be when we stop the thought process of I'm going to go be an influencer on social media and realize you're an effing realtor. You are a realtor in a city where, like, you got freaking drunk with your friends last night and they're still going to buy a house with you because y'all been boys since college. And so I would rather see somebody fumble around a video, again, in the learning process, and their friends go, that's freaking Jeff. That's why I love Jeff. He just dropped an F-bomb on Facebook Live. Like, that's why he's my boy, because you don't know what you're going to get from him. You tame that wild stallion the moment that you go, hold on, bro. No. You're going to read this. Read this. And so I think that and again, that's not everybody, right? There's going to be a ton of introverted people that you're never going to get a random thing from them that's hilarious. But I'd rather have the raw stumble than the perfect monotone, I guess, if we're going to label things.
Fair enough. Carry on.
I kind of already said it, but I think it just needs to be said again in its own statement. Perfect isn't relatable. And when my goal, right, my goal as a social media guy, I'm not trying to amass an audience. I'm not trying to grow a following. I'm not trying to be idolized by anybody. I am trying to help people. And I think relatable people have a greater ability to help others. And so again, you're super relatable in your videos. You just said they're all teleprompters. So I know that what I'm saying is not an absolute statement because you can overcome it. But I do think in general, like this, I love to say this when I speak. I love to ask people, like, what's one of the qualities we dislike the most in other people? And I want them to say people that think they're perfect. To which I then say, but that's the quality you hope to achieve in your video? And they go, I never thought about it like that before. You know, and so I don't know. I like it when one of my kids runs in the room. You know, I like it when, like, you know, my wife yells at one of the kids. I'm like, honey, I'm doing a video. And I feel like we miss some of that, you know, the more tailored we try to make it.
Yeah. I think that is very true as it relates to authentic content. However, and, you know, we preach about this, most of, especially the real estate and mortgage world, really sucks at putting out authentic content. We flock to social media, and then we just start vomiting about our business. And so if I was to say, if somebody came to me and we were coaching them and they said, I do a really good mix of both, I do exactly what you say, I'd say, never teleprompter your real life. But when you're putting out content that where you want to talk about a topic in the news or whatever, or you want to talk about what rates are doing, you want to talk about this or that, and you want to do it in an eloquent and shortened fashion, so you're not talking for 3 minutes and you want to optimize it for a TikTok and a reel and a short, then that's where I believe that the teleprompter plays a huge role, because you are a professional. And I think for you to come across as that professional, I'll take my chances on you, quote unquote, perfecting the teleprompter than you constantly trying to just spit it out how it was in your head.